indication of what the rest of the season holds for you?
Not really, but for me, it's not really worried about anything else. Just my day-to-day preparation and improvement.
Is there anything that they're telling you to specifically work on in order to get a call up to Las Vegas or New York?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're working on, and that me, Rojas, Scooch, Rivera, that we're all working on, and trying to improve every day.
How do you feel you've improved, noticing which pitches you're doing?
There's a lot of different graphics and statistical things that we look at, and which pitches you're chasing, where are they in the zone, and so me and Rojas will go through about every 2.5 weeks and look at it. We'll set different dates and then go from, and so you don't look at everything as a whole, you look at kind of where you were at the beginning and then every few weeks, and so it's something we've been doing ever since our Akron trip, and I think it's been improved in that, where I'm swinging at certain pitches, which pitches give you a little trouble, and you can really look, so you don't just look at one at bat or one game or even one series, but you can kind of take it in a little bit bigger chunks, and that's something that we've looked at. I feel like it's also helped me too, because it's like sometimes you can, I guess, cheat yourself. You're like, oh, that pitch doesn't give me that much trouble, right? And then all of a sudden, your last 7 pitches that you had in that location, you fouled 1 and missed 6, and so it's like it's helpful to be able to have those stats to be able to back it up, or say that back foot slider, man, it's giving you problems where I just need to lay off of it because I think they're in the zone, but they're really hitting below the zone. And so different things like that have been helpful, and so you don't necessarily, so your eyes don't deceive you, and so you can really have proof to back that up.
You got to play with Yoenis Cespedes over the weekend. What did he have to say, and any sort of tips to kind of help you with your game?
Well, me and Cespedes have been friends for a while, and we talked a lot, especially this spring training, and even trained a couple of times in off-season beforehand, so we know each other well, and I even took swings together and swung his bat a little bit, and felt good. Yeah, he just, we talked a lot of hitting things, and did this past weekend as well, and hopefully he just continues to try to heal up fast, because he's a special athlete.
How do you feel your evolution has been playing in minor league baseball? How do you feel it's been going for you?
I think it's been going good. I feel like I've been improving. Feel good about where I'm headed. Just want to get there faster.
Tim, if you watch any of the College World Series, and more specifically Florida's win?
I have watched a decent amount of the College World Series when we're not on buses. But I didn't actually, I saw a decent amount of the game. I did not see the end of it the other night in the 11th. But I saw the highlights, so I don't know if that was going over or not.
It hit the outfielder squad and went over.
Yeah.
Do you think you would have made that catch?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Tim, you haven't homered since May 14th. Is that something different you're working on in your approach to the game, or just balls just haven't traveled?
Oh no, I would like the homer. I think it's just for the most part getting the ball in the air, and more of being able to. It's not really like exit velo. It's just getting the ball in the air. If you get it in the air, it'll go. You just need to get in the air.
What are you working on to make that happen?
Different things, body position, where my hands are, and being able to attack it the right way, and being on time for it.
Tim, being on the bus, you went from football to TV to now baseball. Is there any time that you give yourself for any love interest or anything off the field for just yourself personally?
I like you just merge all those. Anything else? TV shows?
Football player on The Bachelor or Bachelorette, or I'm not sure which.
I don't think I'm probably going to do either one of those shows, to be honest with you. Yeah.
They would probably like it.
I've turned it down a few times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. So
okay, same. I
don't feel like I'm going to probably say yes now.
Okay.
Probably keep swinging.
Okay. What's your
all-time?
Okay. What's your all-time favorite sports movie?
Probably go with Remember the Titans, but I love Rudy. I Field of Dreams. I like Sandlot. I mean, For the Love of the Game. I mean, there's so many good sports movies, but it's tough to beat Remember Times. I remember my mom took me to see that in the theaters with one of my brothers, and I don't know, I was like 10, 12, I don't know when it was in theaters, but I remember after, I was like, I promise I can run through a wall right now. I totally believed it. I was so fired up. It's a good movie.
I feel like I didn't get a full answer on the love life.
I feel like you didn't ask a full question.
I feel like I did ask a good question.
I didn't say good, I said full question. I feel like you were trying to like throw in a like.
No, just you get
He
like.
wants to know if you want to go to dinner.
No, that's what I was afraid she was going to say. I'm just asking if you give yourself or you allow yourself any time to take a deep breath and just go on a date with someone.
You know, it's a good question. I do think that it's important to have certain time where you kind of step back and relax and recover and a little bit of reprieve every now and then. And I would, to be honest, and say I'm probably not real good at doing that. I kind of stay on the go nonstop, and so I have certain people in my life that are kind of those people in my life that are like, hey, you need to just offline, be off, do something that you want to do, you know. And, so I try to do a better job of doing that because I do think in certain places rest is important. So when you're going, you can be all in, you know, all the time. So that's something I'm trying to get better at.
Okay. So like on Facebook, if you're looking at your profiles, like single, like it's complicated.
So you're just asking about my dating life?
I'm just trying to get a feel. I'm like, we've done this so many weeks. I'm like, what else can I ask Tim Tebow?
No, it's interesting.
I think
I
people
feel like
are
you're not
interested.
sure exactly what you're asking. You know?
I think I'm sure. I just maybe I'm not direct enough.
Talk about your experiences here in Binghamton so far. How's everybody receiving you?
I think everybody's been super nice to me, and I have been welcomed here, I think, with open arms, and it's been really great. And there's been a lot of great people, and I'm very thankful for the support for our games and around town, wherever we go, whether it's like making food up at Core Life or wherever else, and so it's been good.
Can you compare the NFL experience? You maybe talked about this in the past to the minor league baseball experiences. Can you compare it at all, or?
It's kind of a hard comparison, but I think there's things that I've learned in both places. A lot of things that I've learned in both places, and I think there's things that do translate into what you learn in sports, high lows, everything you go through. I don't know that necessarily the situations are exactly the same.
Tim, there's a player on Altoona's roster, Tyler Gaffney, who was a running back at Stanford. He was with the Patriots. He was with Jacksonville and with Carolina for a little while. Did you two ever cross paths? Is that a name that rings a bell to you?
Yeah, I know who he is, but I don't think that we've ever crossed paths, but I know who he is, and I've seen him play. Still watch a lot of football, so
Yeah, for sure. So Tyler has been out of baseball for about 5 years. He's making a comeback now. And he mentioned that one of the hardest transitions is using parts of your body that you haven't used in a long time for baseball versus football. That whole transition for you, making the switch sports-wise, what are some of the biggest things that stand out for someone like Gaffney, who's a running back, or someone like you?
Yeah, I totally agree with him. I think it's not only certain body parts that you don't use, or you don't use them the same way, right? Like when you get back into baseball, you think that, oh, I got a really strong core, but you're not used to firing your obliques at such a rapid pace over and over and over again. And you think like, oh, I feel so strong right now, or I could run through a linebacker, but you're like, wow, these tiny little muscles crushing me right now. I didn't even know I had this in football. And so that is a transition, and I think that one of the other transitions is, kind of speaking of your body, is like, I mean, it sounds kind of cliche, but like in football, you train and you peak for certain times, and I thought I could do that really well, like, get ready for a season, and then near the end of the season physically be peaking. And you only have to sustain that for a little while, and then you go back into a training phase in the off season and kind of do it again. In baseball, you got to kind of do that every night. You got to get ready, train, do everything we just did, then a couple hours down, play that night, rest a little bit, recover, play the next day, and then 2 days from now we got a 10 o'clock game in the morning, so all of a sudden your sleep is way different. And so if you're a guy that you really focus on your REM cycles or something, well, that's going to be completely thrown off, and then you're going to get up. And so I think just that whole transition of everything is was very different for me. That last year, I feel like through the entire year, I was like adjusting, and this year I kind of knew more of what to expect a little bit.
Thank you.
Who's your closest teammate? Would you say friend on the team?
I can't answer that. I've never heard people's feelings.
You don't have somebody or a group of guys?
I mean, I feel like I'm close with a lot of the guys, but if I just say one, then what happens to my second closest friend on the team? He's hurt. Just trying to set me up to hurt people's feelings over here.
Did you know any of the players on the team before you transitioned from football to baseball? What has that transition been like?
No, I didn't know. I don't think I knew any of the Nets before I signed with the team a couple years ago. So, but I think just as far as making friends on the team from every level, I think it's gone really well. I think we comes from all walks of life in so many different places and so many different countries, and I really appreciate that because I've been to a lot of different places, different countries, different cultures, and I really appreciate the background. I like learning where guys are from and kind of what makes them tick as well.
One more? Anybody?
What do you?
Any superstitions?
No, I kind of make guys mad sometimes because I'm not superstitious. I mean, I like my routines, like I'll get in a routine of something, but I'm not superstitious at all. I just don't believe in it, and baseball is like really superstitious. It's like, 3 knocks on right cleat, flip my left batting glove, tap my hat twice, and then I'm ready to hit, and I'm just like, I don't care. And so especially like when I'm like, gosh, it looks like it's gonna rain. No, you can't say that, Yeah, everybody would be like, dang, this game's flying through, and you can't say that, and they freak out at that stuff, and I kind of like it too, because I totally don't care. And so they get really like nervous about it. You can't say that.
Who gets the most nervous, most angry about you and not caring about superstitions?
That one you will say?
Kidding.
It might be Sergakis. He'll be like, oh, you did it again, And you're like, now it's going to go into 5 extra innings or something. So he's kind of funny with it. But also, he's kind of a jokester too, so he'll kind of make a big deal of something he doesn't really care about, but just to be funny, he'll do that.
Who's the most superstitious?
In all of the Nets I play with, it's Kazmarski, but he's
He does the same thing every time. He goes up to that. Yeah, I know.
I don't know, I feel like it's a culture, a baseball culture thing. And I'm just,
And you're just not in it.
so not that way. As far from that as possible, kind of.
Then we got one last one from Rob.
Yeah.
Just reading a quote from Trenton this weekend, and I think someone had asked you about your timetable, and you had said something to the effect of you're going to have to pray on it because you're not. It didn't sound like you were sure about how the timetable was working out.
I don't know if I said that. So it could also be sometimes the way certain people could try to take something
Yeah,
right
I was
about
just
it.
reading. I have no idea what was said, but I mean, you still feel good about where you are and the path that you're heading on, and that it's gonna.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I'm enjoying it, and for me, that's kind of something that I would always do, right? Is something that you're figuring out. For me, it's always to pray about it, right? I got in here because of my passion for it, and I think that would be something that I would evaluate as everything in life, and so praying about it is something that I would do pretty much about anything in my life. Well, anything.